Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is a committed educator, best-selling author, and human rights advocate, and executive board member for the One Circle Foundation. Her documentary project called La Casa de Maria contra la Violencia Doméstica aims to create equity and inclusion within marginalized communities. Which brings us to her latest work, The Heart of an Advocate, a memoir that shares the raw perspective of a woman who suffered domestic violence as a child and how it amplifies the voices of hurt women and children. And here to share more, please welcome human rights advocate and author of The Heart of an Advocate and friend, Dr. Vilma Luz Cabán.
Hola, hello, my dear. Comadre is our theme today, and I wanted to share this with you. It's just a small token of my appreciation for being here, sharing this space. I will tell you that what an honor it was meeting you as contributing authors to the Bronx Memoir Project, Volume 2.
Yeah.
And I got to meet you there, and that was the first time, and that was, oh my goodness, 5 years ago.
And that's because we were both published together.
We were both published together. And so the fact that I'm here today to share this, it's a small token saying thank you for just being the woman that you are and what you do for our community. I really appreciate you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This looks like a goodie bag.
It is a
Oy.
little something symbolic of who you are to our community.
Really, Vilma?
Yes, well, yes.
I
yes.
mean, all right, hopefully
Open it.
I'll be...
You
I
could
can open it?
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
It's a small token.
I hope it doesn't take up too much of our segment.
It doesn't too
but
much. It's
the
a small
thought
thing.
of you even bringing me a
It would
gift
be
and
worth it.
opening with a gift.
Yes, I have to, because you opened for a gift for our community every time we hold a segment. And so it says,
Oh my gosh, it says, give thanks with a grateful heart. And guess what? It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Candles.
Candles.
Yes.
I love candles. And I want you to know I've been lighting a candle for weeks now, a white candle, since the war began.
Yes.
Because we're losing too many children. And that is unacceptable.
Yes, I agree. And so thank you for being that light, shining bright in our community, reminding us that our work every day, no matter what we're doing, we are making a difference. And bringing all those lights together, shining a beautiful spotlight on our community is a gift. So thank you.
You know, I
Rhina.
put it away, but I think I want to just leave it out because
Okay.
I love what it says, and it's an oversized candle, which makes me even happy.
So you'll be able to use it for quite some time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You're
And
very
the card I'll
welcome.
read later because this is not about me.
Absolutely.
This is about you,
Oh,
Vilma.
honey, but I have to start with you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So I do want to share with our viewers how you also ordained me with the hashtag Magic in Heels. And I got to tell you, I've been carrying it ever since, right? And I pretty much never asked you why you gave me that hashtag. And I've been using it ever since because all I thought to myself was like, she sees me. She sees what's really in there. And so on air,
I could tell you, magic heels, meaning that heels represent women. And to me, seeing you grace a space as you walk in, it's really magic on heels. Whether you're dancing, whether you're walking, whether you're talking about our community affairs, whether you're thinking about what it is that you can do to help create positive change, you're doing it on those magic heels. In seeing all the roles that I see you in different community events, we keep running into each other. And so to me, I felt like that was the perfect name, Magic Heels.
Wow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And you guys heard it here on air. And again, I'm so grateful to you for, I like to consider it being ordained because it allowed me to kind of like embrace, like, yeah, I do wear all these hats. And yeah, this is my intention. And yeah, I do pull from places that really require some extra work to get to. And that being said, being a global traveler yourself, right? And becoming acquainted through a co-publishing, right? Because we were both in the Bronx Memoir. And now having your own book and also having the domestic violence aspect of it in common, because I also publicly mention I'm a domestic violence survivor. But your story of being raised in an environment where you had to witness it and grow up in it as a child and do what you could to help,
Yes.
and the bravery in sharing it in such detail, and how far you have come, not only being a doctor, being an educator, traveling the world, trying to shift that paradigm in places where, they still have genital
Female genital mutilation,
yeah.
yes, in different parts of the world. That was the biggest struggle of writing this book is it's a memoir about your life, but I believe this is a hybrid because it's morphing my story as a young woman, going through that process and getting some grit to overcome and becoming this educator and social agent for educational reform, and then that manifesting into humanitarian advocacy work in places like Kenya, Nigeria, Morocco, Guatemala. One of the things that I'm most proud of is the word advocate. At first, I totally rejected that term. I resisted being called an advocate. But when you think about the word advocate, ad means like advance, to move forward. A VOC, an advocate, is voice. And that's what I'm trying to be, one who amplifies and elevates the voices of those disenfranchised, those that are really in a compromising situation where they can't elevate and share their story. And so that's what the heart of an advocate is. It brings us across 5 phases of my life, from my early days to my rebellious heart rebellion years, to my social awareness phase of college life, to becoming a public servant as a teacher, and then just tripping into this role of humanitarian researcher as I was finishing my doctoral work, and then traveling and then coming back home, because sometimes we run away from who we are, and coming back home to this idea of, Vilma, do not forget your beginning. And as a survivor, I even resisted the word survivor for some time. I really want to elevate it one more. So from victim to survivor to thriver. And that's what we
I like
are.
that. I like that.
We're
We're
thrivers.
thriving. Yep.
We're thrivers.
Yep.
And so that's what this work is about. So the Heart of an Advocate tells a story, a lot of research about domestic violence, but it's about now this daughter thriving and getting ready to do the next level. I'm leveling up.
Yeah, to say the least, leveling up. I mean,
But I'm going to retire like in a couple of months. So,
you're going to retire.
I am going to retire, 32 years of teaching, and now coming into this legacy and this life work of opening a publishing house in Puerto Rico.
Wow, Vilma.
I'm rematriating.
Nice.
And not repatriating, rematriating. I am going back to my mother's motherland of Puerto Rico, my ancestry.
Wow.
Yes, I'm excited.
And not only are you going back, you're going to build a business over there.
Yes, it's going to be a publishing house for marginalized writers. It's time to amplify the stories that were on our island during post-Hurricane Maria and everything else that we're dealing with in terms of the politics, La Luma, everything else, our beaches. All of that belongs to our people, and it is time to give them a platform.
Which leads me to the documentary film that is in development, right? I mean, is it a short right now?
It's a short. It's 45 minutes. We premiered in Bregamos Community Theater in New Haven. It tells my story, trying to navigate the social political scene of trying to be the New Yorican, moving forward to Puerto Rico, and just dealing with being the other. I really don't belong, and somehow I'm trying to ingratiate my community of my mother's hometown, Toalta, to say I belong. I am a part of the Puerto Rican diaspora. I'm a part of the voice.
And so we're actually looking at some clips from the film, and it looks beautiful.
Well, director Joe Negron was a person that I worked with in Guatemala, and I had done in-kind program evaluation for him in Guatemala for his nonprofit, and in turn, he wanted to barter and give me the beautiful, he was a photojournalist by trade, and there we have it. We're telling the story of La Casa de Maria.
That's amazing. So, where do you see this film going, and how do you see, because it sounds to me like this is actually the opening, and I know
Yes.
that you also created this film to pay homage to your mom.
Yes, absolutely. So the book is a way to pay homage to my mother's story, my
Right.
beginning. I started in the beginning. And then it was also a way to celebrate. In the end, my mother was free from domestic violence. So, but sadly, every mother's dream is for their daughter to be freer than they were at their age. And at this age, 55, the goal was for my mother to have this house as a refuge and leave. But sadly, she lost her battle with cancer, and that did not happen. But her daughter is here in her stead.
Yeah.
And my goal is to now use La Casa de Maria to support women and children, as well as those that are marginalized in sharing their stories and creating some change. So the documentary, I would love to have it in the Bronx Documentary Center, being a Bronxite,
Right.
born and bred. Well, born in Lower East Side, but raised in the Bronx.
Right.
And I also am working out with Real Arts Way to try to work with the creative director there. But I have to tell you, it's been the Bronx girls here that have been supporting me, like yourself, Rhina Valentin, and amazing authors like Dr. Melissa Cosaquino, who wrote Carmen and Grace, and Elizabeth Velasquez, who wrote When We Make It, okay, a New Yorican novel. And organizations like Bilingual in America, raising the awareness of what I'm doing in this work. And Peralta Design is going to help me with La Casa de Maria. They're going to be my brand managers in trying to make me brand new in this amazing journey. So I'm excited. This coming December, I'm going to be at Bronx Community College, thanks to Dr. Melissa Cosaquino. I'll be a featured writer there. And this coming in December 16th, I will be sharing the stage. I know that we have among us great artists. The creator of La Borinqueña is going to be sharing the space with me at Arts Westchester in December 16th.
That's Edgar.
So, yeah, Edgar Miranda Rodriguez. Yes. So that is a part of the White Plains Puerto Rican Artisan Fair. And White Plains is a community where I taught for almost 30 years, 31 years. And it's coming back home. But, I have always been unapologetically Bronx girl. And I will continue to be, because we have a space and we need to take up that space.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget what Elizabeth Velasquez told me once. She said, Vilma, if you don't say yes to you, who's going to say yes to you?
Yeah.
So I'm saying yes, but I'm also going to be saying yes to amazing writers in Puerto Rico in La Casa de Maria.
Beautiful. I'm over here, entrega, with everything you have going on. For somebody who's going to retire, I don't think retirement is the proper term. You're retiring from being an educator. Well, no, from teaching in schools, but you're not retiring from being an educator.
This is going to be life work. This is going to be legacy work for my mother in her memory. I have the full support of my family, and it's just been a blessing to be a part of this journey.
Well, we're happy that you brought it here. You make us
you.
proud.
Yes.
Bronx strong, como diga.
Bronx strong. And comadre.
And comadre
Yes.
de las Americas.
Yes,
Another
we're
one.
here.
Vite. And of course, co-writers within the Bronx Memoir, the
Project.
Bronx Council on the Arts Bronx Memoir,
I
Volume
love it,
2.
too.
But we're here talking about The Heart of an Advocate.
Please find it on Amazon.
Yeah. You guys, Dr. Vilma Luz Cabán, human rights advocate and author of The Heart of an Advocate memoir. The Heart of an Advocate is available online at Amazon. For more information on all the juicy stuff she shared with us, you can visit vilmaluzcaban.com. All right, stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next.